Hello and welcome to this video. Thanks so much for joining me. Before I get stuck into the main topic of today's video, I just wanted to say that I'm currently in Medellin, Colombia. It's very noisy, so if you hear some background noise, then I apologize, but there's nothing that I can do about that until next week when I travel to Ecuador. Anyway, in this video, I want to share with you my personal journey, my personal story of how I went from being in a business that was no longer fulfilling for me. I was not enjoying it. I was working a lot of hours. I was grinding. I was hustling. And I'd lost all my passion and mojo, not only for that business that I was in, but also for the industry that I was in as well. And how I went from that to where I am now, which is living a life of fulfillment, of happiness, of joy. And also, I truly believe that I'm living my dreams and I'm doing a business that really lights me up and brings me those things every single day. And I did all of that in a very short space of time as well. So I'm going to explain all of that in this video. And just before I say that, I want to point out that I truly do believe as if I'm living my dreams right now. And for a long time, I probably wasn't. And I know a lot of men out there are stuck in something that they don't really enjoy and that isn't lighting them up and it isn't feeling purpose driven and fulfilled. And I know what that feels like because I was there. And you can move away from that towards your dream life. And you can not only create your dream life, but live your dream life as well. Because I feel as well as if too many men spend a lot of time creating and also chasing, but not living. And that's what I want to help you to do. I want you to live your dream life, live a fulfilled and purpose-driven life, and not just try and create it and chase it. Yes, you need to create it, but more importantly, you need to live it. So let's get into my story. Back in the summer of 2021, as I record this video, it's the beginning of 2025. So 3.5 years ago, I was in a bit of a dark place. My wife and I at the time were running a gym. We'd had the gym since 2017 and we owned and operated that gym together. We also had a business partner as well, but he was more like a silent business partner within the business. And we'd been through so many trials and tribulations with that gym, so many chaotic moments, so many low moments, and also 3 separate lockdowns through the global pandemic, through COVID. And it really built up a lot of pressure internally for me and a lot of kind of stress and overwhelm. And I was at a point where I wouldn't say it was breaking point and I wouldn't say I was at the lowest of the low, but I had had enough of that business. I was fed up. And I remember vividly being in the office with my wife, Sarah, and I can't remember whether I started crying or not, but I had like a little bit of a mini breakdown. And I said to Sarah, I can't do this any longer. I can't be in this business. We need to do something different. We need to look at alternatives. And for a long time, probably ever since we met, which was 2015, we'd had this dream of world travel, of going to see the world and seeing amazing places and having incredible experiences. And we'd been lucky enough to go to some quite tropical locations, but only for like 1 or 2 weeks. And we wanted to do that as more of a full-time thing. So I said, look, like, how can we exit this gym? How can we get out of this business? And that was more aligned with our dreams and that would give us more fulfillment, be able to live the life that we wanted to live and get the maximum enjoyment from it as well and not feel like it was sucking the life out of us. Because that's the point that the gym business had gotten to. And also I wanted to touch on this very briefly. I had been in the health and fitness industry for like 14 years and I'd done it all. And also I'd lost a love for that industry. I wanted to do something different and help people on a more deeper level rather than just maybe a superficial level. And that's no disrespect to the health and fitness industry, but often in that industry, it's a lot of body and fitness and nutrition, and there's no deeper help when it comes to like emotional well-being, mental well-being, these kind of areas. And that's what I knew I was passionate about, but also I knew I could help other people in those areas as well, and not just with health and fitness. So after Sarah and I had a bit of a chat and a bit of a heart-to-heart, we realized that we probably needed to get help, or I needed to get help. And one of the main reasons for this was it was because for the first time in my adult life or my adult career, I couldn't see the next logical step. So I'd always known the next step, had the next goal, had the vision to move forward. And this was the first time where I felt, well, not a little bit, I felt really lost and really stuck, because back in 2008, I was a personal trainer till 2011. And then the next step was to own my own personal training business, which I did for 5 years. And then after that, the next logical step was to open my own gym, which I did in 2017. So I'd had all of these steps in my career, but I didn't know where to go next. I knew I wanted to move into a different industry, something different. I knew it still wanted to be centered around coaching or teaching or presenting, because again, that's where my skills lie and that's what I'm passionate about. But I didn't know what that business was, the functions of it. And also I didn't know how to get myself out of a gym business, out of my city of Nottingham in England, which I'd lived in for 34 years of my life, and just leave the UK and go to somewhere else. So all of those things were very fuzzy and unclear to me, but I knew that I had this dream. Me and my wife, Sarah, we had this dream to travel the world. So that was the thing that we kind of had as the focus. So I went and got help. I started working with a coach who I worked with for about a year. And let me take you through the system that she helped me with, but we put it in place together, not just me and my coach, but also with Sarah as well. And this is the process. And it's going to sound really simple, but it made everything much smoother for us to transition out of this business into the life that we're living now. One of the first things that I did with her was, she's like, well, what do you want? She asked me, what do I want and why do I want it? And I told her I wanted to get out of the gym. I want to go somewhere tropical because I'm sick of the weather in the UK, and I want to live this life where I'm working remotely, helping people, but I also want to be traveling and having all of these incredible experiences and seeing the world. And she said that was amazing. And she was like, why do you want that? And I said, I want it for all the reasons what I've already explained in this video. Then she said, well, when do you want it by? And this question sounds simple, but it was one that like almost stopped me in my tracks, and it really blew my mind, because I was like, well, I don't know. And she was like, yes, you do know. And and without even really thinking about it, I said, I want to be out of the gym and out of the UK by the end of 2022. And that was like 16 months away. So it was not much of a time scale. And she was like, well, let's shoot for that. So they were the two critical things. What do I want and why do I want it? And putting a deadline on my dream or on my goal. And the next thing that we did was we devised a plan together. So I had to create a new business that was going to sustain me and my wife, Sarah. I had to figure out how I was going to either sell the gym or exit the gym business, and also all the different moving parts to get myself out of the UK. We had an apartment together, me and my wife. We had belongings, things. All of these kind of moving parts had to be sorted out. And for a lot of people, that would be a really kind of stressful thing. But a key thing I want to point out is that never really did we get stressed. We didn't get stressed. And also, we weren't living in fear, because this was exciting to us. This was our dream and we were pursuing it. So I feel like there's a lot of things said, particularly on LinkedIn, social media, where you have to face your fears and you have to struggle and all these kind of things. And I don't believe that you do have to do those things if you want to live your dreams. Your dreams should excite you. They should light you up. Your business, your work, all of these kind of things that are important in your life, they should light you up and excite you. You shouldn't be living in fear. You shouldn't be living in stress. You shouldn't be living in overwhelm, and you shouldn't be living in struggle. I don't believe that anyway. So the next part was a plan with my coach and with my wife. And we put this plan in motion. And then obviously, once you've done those things, the next thing is you need to take action. You need to do the work. You need to get to work to make your dream a reality. And that's exactly what we did. And here's an amazing and beautiful thing what happened. And I've seen this happen in my clients as well, and with other people, when they start to really step into who they are, live their life in alignment with their values, their purpose, their dreams, their aspirations, their goals, their vision, all of these kind of things. The universe starts to reward them and starts to send things their way. And this happened to me and Sarah. And when you get sent these things, you need to take them or act on them. And one of the biggest things that happened in this period between having a mini breakdown, realizing I didn't want to be in the fitness industry and in this gym business anymore, to leaving the UK, one of the biggest things that happened was in the summer of 2022, my wife and I were sat in our office again in the gym doing some work, and we both had a notification on our phone, discounted flights to Mexico. And we were like, is this a sign? Is this a sign from the universe or from God or for whatever? Because we'd narrowed it down that we wanted to go to Mexico for various reasons that I won't go into on this video right now, and was like, this is a sign. So we had a little bit of a think about it, and then I pulled out my credit card and booked the flights. And this was before we'd even got rid of the gym, before we'd even had a conversation about exiting the gym with our business partner. So that was a bit of a catalyst, but that was sent to us from a higher power, you could say, to see if we had the balls, the cojones to do it, to take action. And we did. And then that kind of snowballed things, and we had a conversation with our business partner. We looked at selling the gym. We had a few meetings to try and sell the gym. For one reason or another, it didn't quite work out, mainly due to financials and due to timescales. So in the end, we decided just to close the gym down completely. And we managed to do that on the 30th of September, 2022. And then less than a month later, on the 20th of October, 2022, my wife and I jumped on a plane to Mexico with 2 one-way tickets. And we haven't looked back since. We truly haven't. People have said, are you coming back? We're like, no. At first they didn't believe us, but now they believe us. And as I record this video, I'm here in Medellin in Colombia. We are almost 2.5 years into our journey. And I am helping and coaching men all over the world to live more purpose-driven and fulfilled lives, and really do that on their own terms, rather than those terms being dictated to them by society or by other people. And for a long time, that's what I was doing. I was living a life that I thought I should be, because it was based on the natural progression for being in the fitness industry. And really, I enjoyed it. It provided for me, and I got a lot from it, and I had some incredible experiences over 14 years in that industry, but it wasn't really where my heart lied. And that's the important thing. Sometimes we get caught up in our head, and we need to follow our heart and follow our intuition as well. So yeah, this is our 8th country. A week yesterday, we are going to fly to Ecuador, to Quito, the capital of Ecuador, and that will be our 9th country. And me and Sarah have had so many incredible experiences over the last 2.5 years, met so many incredible people. And also, we've had our low moments and our down days and our challenging times as well, and our setbacks. But that's all part of the journey. But they are easier to navigate and they are easier to overcome when you are living your dreams, when you are living a life of happiness, joy, fulfillment, freedom, all of those good emotions. Those setbacks and challenges are so much easier to navigate. And I like to say, when you are living your dreams and when you are living a life of purpose and fulfillment, you can navigate life with a lot more grace and ease. That's what I like to say. So that's my journey and how it happened. And really, to summarize it, the 3 key things were knowing that I wanted to make a change, being aware of that first and foremost. Secondly, getting clarity on my dream and my goal, what it was and why I wanted it. In between that as well, there's getting help, because I've never been too proud or too scared to ask for help, and neither should you as well. The next bit was putting a plan into motion and then working that plan, and then the dream became a reality. So it doesn't have to be as hard as you may think. It doesn't have to be as far away as you may think to live your dreams and to live a life of purpose and fulfillment, because the total timeline from having that mini breakdown in my office to getting on that plane to Mexico was 14 months, which is no time at all. So your dreams may not be as far away as you think, and they may not be as difficult to accomplish and live and create as you may think. That's a key message to wrap this video up. That's it for now. I'm going to share more of my story in other videos, because there's a lot to it. There's lots of things that I can share with you that's going to help you, inspire you, guide you towards a more purpose-driven and fulfilled life. For now, I would love you to subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notifications so you can be updated with my new videos, and also drop a comment below to let me know your biggest takeaway from this video. And then finally, if you feel like you are a bit stuck, you are living a life that is maybe not fulfilling and it's not what you want it to be, then I highly recommend that you check out the free video training in the description of this video, because that will really help you. I look forward to helping you further to live a life of purpose and fulfillment, and I will see you on the next video.